Hello everyone and welcome to this series of Real Mom interviews by NewMumLife.com. In this interview, we'll be interacting with Beula, a lovely person with a beautiful smile and even more beautiful heart. Beula is from India but at present she's based in Canada. She's MBA in HR and is working for an admin department in Canada. Beula is blessed with a lovely daughter Laisha who is 11 months old. Beula at present is on her maternity leave and spends all her time just taking care of her daughter to the best. In this video, we'll be interacting with Beula to know about her journey of motherhood, her take on postpartum depression, and to know about what product she thinks the best for her child. So let's meet Beula. So hello Beula, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine and welcome to the series of Real Mom interviews by New Mum Life. So how are you doing right now?
I'm doing good. Right now, my daughter is sleeping and I'm giving the interview.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That was a funny answer. All right. So shall we start with the interview?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So first I would like to mention that I'll be recording this interview and putting it on our YouTube channel and the website that we manage. So are you fine with it?
Okay.
Are you fine with
That's
all right,
absolutely fine.
all right. So let's start. All right. So your first question would be that are you a breastfeeding mother? Are you a breastfeeding mother?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. That's great to know. And how are you making your daughter shift to solids? What approach you are following?
So basically, my daughter, I haven't started her formula at all. She is 11. Yeah, she's 11 months old, and because when she was born in February 2020, and because of COVID hit our country in March. So March onwards, it was very bad. COVID इतना ज़्यादा आ गया था यहाँ पे कि हम लोगों के lockdowns हो गए and I couldn't go anywhere and I couldn't take her anywhere besides her vaccinations. Although initially शुरू में she lost so much of weight that for 4 days I was in hospital. They didn't discharge her because she kept on losing weight because my milk was not that much. So I thought कि मैं कभी नहीं कर पाऊंगी, like breastfeeding is something not meant for me. And my mother also, she didn't breastfeed me that much because उनको office join करना था, तो उन्होंने मुझे for 3-4 months I was breastfed. So I thought maybe नहीं हो पाएगा, but I took help from lactation consultants और उन्होंने मुझे काफी help किया. They guided me in the hospital कैसे करना है, क्या नहीं करना. Another problem that I faced, मेरा right nipple was flat.
All right.
So my daughter was not latching on that. So my right side has double the production of milk. So that was also
very good to know.
Yeah, so I thought नहीं, मेरे से तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं हो पाएगा, right? कि मेरे लिए नहीं है, मतलब maybe 1 month after that I will be switching her to a formula. But I was so blessed that the lactation consultant 3 days उसने मुझे बहुत guide किया कि okay इस side को उस side को just Laisha, my daughter's latch was very good. But still I was not able to manage it because first time it's very stressful. It's not something relieving for a woman, especially with the first child, it's not. But 4th day she was like, okay, start pumping. So I started pumping. With that it really helped relieving my milk from the right breast, and then I was able to manage feeding her properly. And with the grace of God, she is now 11 months. My target initially was for 3 months, then it extended to 6 months. Yes. Now it's 1 year, so I didn't start her formula. तो मैंने formula शुरू भी नहीं करना था just because मुझे lactation consultant ने बोला था जितना आप उसको breast पर डालेंगे उतनी milk की production
produce होगा. Absolutely, yes.
और जितना तुम formula या फिर even she told me pump only when there is no supply. Besides that, don't even use the breast pump because उससे दूध ज़्यादा produce होता है. And then you have to probably throw it away, right? So yeah, I was able to manage it. It was not easy task, but yeah. And while switching her from breastfeed to semi-solid. First, I switched her to semi-solids, and I think she was 5.5 months when I started her with purees. मैंने उसको purees दी, fruits दिए, banana cereal में दिया, फिर banana थोड़ा mash करके दिया, avocados mash करके दिए. In 5.5 months में मैंने उसको switch किया था. Unfortunately, उसको fever हो गया. And then I couldn't take her to hospital. I have to call tele nurse, phone पे nurse को. तो उसने मुझे बोला कि उसको like teething के कारण हो रहा है. But I thought maybe it was semi-solid, like because I switched her. And then 10 months पे I switched her to like say yogurt देना start किया मैंने उसको, उत्तपम देना start, like some of our Indian things. And then I even started her with like for breakfast I started like सूजी का उत्तपम, सूजी का पूड़ा, like बेसन का पूड़ा. She don't like बेसन का पूड़ा, वो थोड़ा hard होता है.
Even my daughter doesn't like it. She has accepted now when she's 2 years of age, I must say.
Yeah, my daughter, she don't like it. So my switch was basically like break-in at 5.5 months, and then the second switch, which you can say it's like good solid switch, like paranthas and like typical Indian.
So have you started with that also? You have started with that paranthas. Very nice, very nice. That's such a great news, I must say. That's so wonderful to know. All right, Beula. So your next question would be that what was your experience as a first-time mom, and do you have any good experience that you can share with us?
So yes, being a mother is very overwhelming. Like, it's like, things are going to happen, but you don't know how it's going to happen. And how I feel it's very different from mother to mother. It's not something like I heard stories of my mother giving me birth. She told me I was upside down, like first my legs came, and then the doctor told her it's not going to be a normal delivery at all. And my mom was trying and trying, so she had a normal delivery with me upside down. But my daughter, she was my daughter, I had emergency C-section. So I pushed for like 2.5 hours. I was in labor for a good amount of 15 hours, but I couldn't make it. So I have to go through emergency C-section because her head was stuck. So before all this, I did took epidural because I couldn't take the pains when I was in pain. So I thought I just have to push and she's gonna come, right? But no, like till the time I started pushing, it was very good feeling, right? It was like, it's going to happen in like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but it kept on going and going and going. And when I gave birth, they gave me morphine. Morphine is a drug which made me shiver. My body was shivering so much that I couldn't hold my daughter for first half an hour. So my husband, he holded her, unhone usko pakda, like he was the first one technically to hold my daughter. And I was shivering so much that the nurses, they were putting quilts, like garam kambal mere upar dale unhone, garam taki mera thoda body temperature niche aaye. And like I was all cold. So I feel the first time when you hug your child, I missed that. So because of that, I was so disappointed. But slowly, gradually, 4 days I was in hospital. I was like, oh my God. And then my daughter, when we were bringing her home, we met with an accident. So we have to again go back to the hospital although she was in the car seat, right? Car seat में इतना affect नहीं होता, but because I was sitting next to her, तो एक psychologically dilemma हो गया था मुझे कि oh my God, मेरी daughter का accident, हड्डियाँ ठीक हो, बच्चा tissues ना टूटा हो, कुछ ना, because she was sleeping like this and she was like that, right? But एक psychic होती है ना, नहीं ये तो बहुत छोटा है, 4 दिन का बच्चा है, तो हम वापस hospital गए. And then I feel that time I was just crying. Like, there was not connecting feeling, but there was like separation feeling. Maybe, oh, my daughter is okay, this and that. But then I had these nurses coming home and they counseled me. They told me women do have you call baby blues. That's the term she used. उसने बोला baby blues में आपको separation की feeling आती है. आपको oneness की feeling नहीं होती. Separation because वो आपकी womb से बाहर आया बच्चा. और आप सोचते हो आप ये करोगे, आप वो करोगे, आप वो करोगे, बट ऐसा होता नहीं है, like because every birth has different story. तो उसने बोला कि तुम्हारी बर्थ स्टोरी बिल्कुल डिफरेंट थी जैसा तुमने सोचा था, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट तुम्हारे को बेबी ब्लूज हो गए हैं. तो उसने बोला कि इट्स ओके, यू नीड टू टॉक टू पीपल. द मोर पीपल यू टॉक टू, लाइक योर फ्रेंड्स, फैमिलीज और नर्सेज और एनीवन, it will let go the, like, you know, the grievances you have that I couldn't hold my daughter for the first time, like, you know, the although I had so much of like me and her contact, and she's still breastfeeding, right? But now I don't feel that, but that time I was just, any small thing I used to cry, right? Because I was like, oh, my baby is safe, oh this, oh that, and because of COVID also, it's the psyche,
yes,
right?
Absolutely,
but
yes.
But that then with the more people I talk to, I feel women don't talk about these things. I feel
yes.
Every woman you talk, they're like, oh, it's such a great feeling. Yes, it's a great feeling giving birth to a child.
Absolutely,
it's flesh and blood, right? But the process itself, it's so stressful, and if you don't know the stresses women face, you are never prepared. I feel I was never prepared, although I watched so many videos how to give birth, what is C-section, how C-section is done, but nobody explained you will shiver, or you can shiver, right? I did shiver that much that I felt like I'll die. I will just die. Either I won't be able to hold my daughter forever because I will die, or I won't be able to see. Even everybody holded her like that, like doctor and my husband, but my eyes were so shaky, I couldn't see her face. Like, you know, so mere liye bahut, like, giving birth was very hard. Uske baad ke 4 days were hard, but after that, when nurse came and she explained me that this is very normal, she told me it does happen to women never talk about it, although nurses and doctors do talk about it only when it happens to women, because they don't want to stress out women, like, you know. But I feel the close friends or relatives or mothers or sisters or like sister-in-laws, they should talk to each other about it, like, you know. If, like, I have a daughter, so I'm going to tell her about everything, so that usko preparation hai mind mein, because it's a body thing too, but it's a mind thing too.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. So I totally agree with you. Thanks for sharing this, even. Thanks for sharing. All right. So your next question would be, what's your take on postpartum depression?
It is real. It is seriously real. I think I was also going through it for the first 4 days only. I'm a very strong-headed woman in the sense, if I want to do something, I will do it, and I will do it at any cost.
I know.
I was right. So I was so prepared for, like, giving birth, this and that, everything. But when it happened, trust me, I was blank. I don't know what's going to happen to me next, whether I will be alive, because of the drugs they inserted in me and everything, like, you know, because I did took epidural too, and epidural it does fade after a few hours or something, and I was in good amount of hours into labor, so for me the dose was fading off. They were giving me again, like, they were inserting the epidural, like, drugs inside me, the last drug, because my doctor and nurses, they were explaining me what they're putting into my body. जब उन्होंने बोला ना, this is morphine, I was like, okay, it's like just like any other drug, right? Morphine के पहले तक I was able to, like, feel everything. Morphine के बाद मेरा, like, tummy के नीचे का पूरा portion सुन हो गया था. It was numb, and the moment it went numb, 10 minutes after that, I started shaking. Maybe it's a reaction of my body to the drug, or maybe, I don't know what it was. मैंने doctor को भी बोला why I'm shivering, and he told me 20% of women do shiver by taking morphine. 80% of women, they are okay, they're normal. They don't shiver. They can't feel the lower part of their body, like stomach के नीचे का area, because उनको stitches करना होता है. But he was like 20% women do shiver, so it's normal. Maybe I was falling into that percentage of women. But I went into stress. Like I was so stressed out. I was like, oh, maybe my milk didn't came for that. Maybe yes, मैं उस time पे इतना stress ले लिया कि मेरे को नहीं milk की production मेरा इतना नहीं हुआ. But when nurse came and she explained me things and she told me to talk to people, and I practice meditation too. So I meditate like every day. It does help. Although
meditation and counseling do help.
Yeah, I used to cry, like, while meditating. I couldn't focus because I felt it's so painful for my body, like, because the stitches were there. And I forgot to tell you, with my stitches, when we met with an accident, I was holding my daughter and rushing to the hospital with stitches on like 4th, 5th day of my stitches. Wherein like stitches are very fresh and they tell you not to hold anything. And I was holding like, 3 kgs of my daughter. तो मेरे को लगता है डिप्रेशन होता है, वुमेन को होता है, मोस्टली वुमेन को होता है. पीपल से कुछ वुमेन को होता है नहीं, क्योंकि आप जितने मर्जी प्रिपेयर हो, थिंग्स डजंट वर्क आउट द वे यू प्लान. सिर्फ ये होता है कि सोसाइटी उसको बोलने को मना करती है. सोसाइटी बोलती है ओ इट्स नॉट अ गुड थिंग, इट्स लाइक अ बीमारी, राइट?
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
इट्स नॉर्मल, इट्स नॉट अ बीमारी, इट्स एन इमोशन. आई फील इट्स एन इमोशन. या जैसे हंसी होती है, रोना होता है ना, स्ट्रेस इज ऑल्सो एन इमोशन, बिकॉज हमको समझ नहीं आता है क्या करना है, राइट? सो आई फील ये चीज बहुत रियल है, ये होती है. कई वुमेन बताती है, कई वुमेन छुपाती है. एंड आई फील छुपाने का कुछ है नहीं. लाइक it's the emotion you face, so you should tell people so that they are prepared. Women is prepared, like, even there are certain women जो अपने बच्चों को birth नहीं देती है, like surrogated mothers होती है, right? उनको भी कई अपने babies करना नहीं चाहती, वो दूसरों को babies करके देती हैं, but उनको first baby में पता ही नहीं होगा अगर, right? तो it's very hard for them. It's very hard. I feel कि ये real है, and meditation and counseling or talking to like friends does help so much. It helped me. Like 4 days I was like, I don't know how my motherhood is gonna work, but after 4 days I was okay. I was like, okay, I can do it. Yeah.
All right. So your next question is that do you sometimes feel jealous if someone takes over your baby or your baby goes to someone else other than you?
Not exactly. I'm never jealous if my baby goes to someone. Rather, मुझे ना खुशी होती है कि मेरा बच्चा social baby.
All right, that's great, I must say.
Yeah, क्योंकि Laisha haven't seen that much people. Like my daughter, she haven't seen people at all. She haven't seen a child. तो जब वो कोई भी, वैसे तो इतने लोग आए नहीं because of lockdown, जो भी आए like relatives, वो उनको हंस के मिलती थी, वो उनको होल्ड करते. तो I used to feel so good कि ठीक है, मेरा बच्चा सोशल है, like वो दुनिया में like once everything will be sorted out, सब कुछ ठीक होगा, तो वो जाके लोगों की गोदी में जाएगी या लोगों से बात करेगी, बच्चों से भी, अगर बड़ों से करिए तो बच्चों से. It's just an assumption. Only time I'm jealous जब मैंने कुछ प्लान किया होता है like food and stuff, and like anybody changes her schedule of food, and I feel like I am the mother, like मुझे लगता है कि ये शायद authority मेरे पास ही है, which I might be wrong, but तब मुझे jealous होती है, like
but it does happen.
मैंने right, जैसे for example my mother-in-law feeded her sugar. उन्होंने उसको हलवा खिला दिया था when she was just 7 months, जबकि पीडियाट्रिशियन बोलते हैं कि आपको 1 year तक चीनी नहीं खिलाना है.
बिल्कुल,
राइट? चीनी लाइक नेचुरली स्वीट हो सकता है, जैसे फ्रूट्स डाल दिया, कुछ डाल दिया. तो आई वेंट सो मैड. आई वाज लाइक कि लाइक हलवा क्यों खिलाया, राइट? लाइक तो उन्होंने बोला कि तुम भी तो सूजी खिलाती हो. मैंने बोला हाँ, सूजी के उत्तपम में चीनी नहीं होती है, it's just a सूजी, not the sugar. तो तब मुझे बहुत जेलस हुई कि मेरे को बिना पूछे या आई फेल्ट कि ये गलत है, खाने को लेके यस, होल्डिंग एंड स्टफ नो.
All right. So your next question is that you might be facing sleepless nights, right? How do you manage that? How do you manage that late night sleeps?
So for me, it's really hard to manage that because my husband is working from home, and right now I have no help, and still my daughter is breastfeeding. So अभी मैंने अपना डाइट थोड़ा कंट्रोल किया है. I'm on gluten free डाइट ताकि मेरा थोड़ा वेट नीचे जाए. बट एट द सेम टाइम जब आप रिस्ट्रिक्ट करते हो अपनी डाइट ना, मिल्क प्रोडक्शन में इफेक्ट पड़ता है. लाइक यू नो, तो वो मेरे को इफेक्ट पड़ रहा है कि मेरी मिल्क इतनी प्रोडक्शन नहीं है. तो मेरी डॉटर 5 to 6 times a day थ्रू आउट द डे वो फीड करती है, और रात में आई फीड हर 3 times. So for me it's very hard, but yes, जब वो दिन को सोती है then I sleep with her. और कई बारी मैं when I cannot sleep, है ना, तो मैं quick 15 minutes की meditation करती हूँ. It just refreshes my brain. वरना I feel कि like मैं गिरी रहती हूँ, I get irritated and stuff. But if I meditate, जब मैं irritate होती हूँ ना, I just meditate and it does affect. Although sleep पूरी हो ही नहीं सकती with baby, it's not possible. और हमारे हेल्प नहीं है. लाइक आई लिव इन कनाडा, सो यहाँ पर कोई डोमेस्टिक हेल्प नहीं है. लाइक यू नो कि लाइक कोई भी अभी फिलहाल इट्स जस्ट मी एंड माय हस्बैंड एंड माय डॉटर. सो इट्स वेरी हार्ड बिकॉज उसका सेमी सॉलिड फूड बनाना है, और मेरे हस्बैंड नॉर्मल फूड खाते हैं, मैं ग्लूटेन फ्री डाइट पे हूँ. तो इट्स लाइक किचन बैक टू बैक एंड देन फीडिंग हर एंड देन लाइक यू नो. तो या द only resort I have is sleep when your baby sleeps. And then if you can't sleep, just do whatever makes you happy. Like you can sing, you can dance, you can meditate, or you can just like, you know, just distract your brain from the current position, whichever way you can. You can go for a quick walk.
Thank you. Yes. So your next question would be that what is your go-to baby meal that you find the best and easiest to cook for your baby?
So there are, I'm going to split this answer into 2 parts. One is the snack portion. Snacking में मुझे on to go, like जैसे for example हम grocery करने गए हैं और हम late हो रहे हैं, तो उस टाइम पे लेट हो रहे हैं इन द सेंस घर आने को, उस टाइम पे मैं उसको कुछ सॉलिड नहीं खिला सकती कार सीट में, लाइक है ना. तो मैं हमेशा चीज स्टिक्स रखती हूँ. शी लव्स चीज स्टिक्स, और वो लंबी होती है. आई कैन जस्ट गिव इट टू हर, वो होल्ड करके खा लेती है. एंड आई कीप लाइक रोस्टेड मखाने, वो उसको पकड़ा दिया तोड़ के, तो वो क्योंकि कार सीट में शी यूज टू थ्रो थिंग्स, है ना, ये चीजें ये गिरती नहीं है, इट डजंट मेक मेस, आप ऐसा उठा सकते हो. और जो अगर इफ आई एम होम और अगर मुझे जल्दी से कुछ बनाना है और हेल्दी ऑप्शन टू, आई डू कुक खिचड़ी एंड देन आई कुक दलिया, बट आई कुक देम इन अ डिफरेंट वर्जन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं उसमें दाल डालती हूँ, खिचड़ी में चावल डालती हूँ और सब्जियां डालती हूँ. कम से कम 3 सब्जी मैं डालती हूँ, और जो मैं आफ्टरनून में सब्जी डालती हूँ वो मैं इवनिंग में नहीं देती, सो दैट शी गेट्स लाइक बैलेंस्ड न्यूट्रिशन, है ना. और दाल भी जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल आफ्टरनून में आई गिव हर ग्रीन लेंटिल, और इवनिंग में मैं उसको येलो लेंटिल देती हूँ ताकि सेम ना हो और उसका थोड़ा टेस्ट भी चेंज. हाँ, और दलिया, व्हाई आई गिव हर दलिया और खिचड़ी मैं दोनों एक दिन देती हूँ. दलिया बिकॉज इट्स लाइक व्हीट, ताकि वो व्हीट से एलर्जी ना हो उसको फ्यूचर में. अब तो चलो वो शी ईट्स परांठा, सो इट्स इजियर, राइट. बट इनिशियली जब मैंने उसको सेमी सॉलिड्स में स्विच किया था 6 months में मैंने उसको दलिया स्टार्ट किया था. तो मैंने दलिया इसलिए किया था क्योंकि कई बार बच्चों को यहाँ पे व्हीट की एलर्जी हो जाती है ना, तो मुझे था कि इसको ग्लूटेन एलर्जी ना हो, तो मैंने दलिया इसलिए शुरू किया था. और या है ना, अभी एग्स आई हैवंट स्टार्टेड बिकॉज डॉक्टर टोल्ड मी कि 1 year तक बच्चे को एग अवॉइड करो. एलर्जी होती है, मतलब फेस स्वेल हो जाता है या बॉडी. तो आई हैवंट स्टार्टेड हर एग्स, बट या वंस शी इज हिटिंग ऑन द 12 months मार्क तो मैं एग्स भी स्टार्ट करूंगी. तो मेरी क्विक टू गो मील है चीज स्टिक्स और मखाने फॉर स्नैक्स, एंड फॉर मेन कोर्स दलिया एंड खिचड़ी, बट मेक श्योर उसमें सब्जियां डालो ताकि वो हेल्दी हो.
So your next question is that what things according to you every mother should take care of while preparing the food for the baby?
So because of COVID, I think washing hands is very important. क्योंकि कई बार होता है हमारी ग्रोसरी आती है, हम स्लैब्स को सैनिटाइज करते हैं, मगर सैनिटाइजर वाला जैसे हमने स्लैब में हाथ रख लिया, राइट, और वो सैनिटाइजर हमारे हाथ में आ गया, दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट सेफ फॉर द चाइल्ड. तो जैसे मैं क्या करती हूँ, जैसे मैंने कढ़ाई ऊपर रखी ना, उसी टाइम आई वॉश माई हैंड्स अगेन टू मेक श्योर कि कुछ टच नहीं हुआ. इवन सैनिटाइजर्स ऑल्सो आई डिडंट टच, राइट. तो आई थिंक कि वॉशिंग द हैंड्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और दूसरा आई फील कि बच्चों के स्टफ स्टरलाइज होने चाहिए, जैसे सिपी कप्स, वाटर सिपिंग बॉटल्स है ना, वो सब प्रॉपर्ली स्टरलाइज होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि बच्चे इधर उधर फेंकते हैं, हमें नहीं पता वहाँ क्या गंदा गिरा है क्या नहीं गिरा है, तो वो भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज, व्हेन आई कुक आई यूज स्मॉल यूटेंसिल्स, लाइक स्मॉल पॉट्स. इतना पॉट मैं यूज करती हूँ, इतनी कढ़ाई है, मैंने स्पेशल कढ़ाई अलग रखी हुई है. वाई
yes.
So I think the utensils I use, these are like small. कढ़ाई छोटी होती है, मैंने स्पेशल खरीदी थी बिकॉज मेरे को लगा कि बड़ी कढ़ाइयाँ होती हैं तो हम कभी लेजी हो जाते हैं ना कि हमारी वाली कढ़ाई में बनाने को, तो वो पड़ी रहती है, तो वो लाइक धोते हम लेट, मतलब आफ्टरनून की मील से जब तक इवनिंग का स्नैक या लाइक नाइट का स्नैक, लाइट का डिनर नहीं आएगा तब तक हम धोते नहीं है. तो इसलिए आई बॉट लाइक छोटी कढ़ाई. इट्स लाइक इजी टू कुक, जल्दी गैस भी जल्दी से उस पे गरम करती है, जल्दी बनती है. तो आई फील मदर्स को लाइक छोटे छोटे इसमें इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए. इट्स नॉट दैट लाइक इतनी महंगी नहीं होती, एंड इट्स लाइक गुड, राइट. अलग बनाई, अलग रखी, अलग धोई. एंड आई थिंक बच्चों का, स्पेशली इंडिया में, अगर कोई मदर्स ने केयर गिवर्स रखी हुई हैं, जैसे वो केयर गिवर्स लाइक मेड्स रखी हैं, तो उनको स्पेशली अपने बच्चों के बर्तन उनसे नहीं धुलवाने चाहिए. आई फील आजकल जो चल रहा है, सिर्फ उन बच्चों के बर्तन या बच्चों के स्टरलाइज आप खुद करो, ताकि आपको पता हो इट्स प्रॉपर्ली डन, और आपने उसको करके इधर उधर नहीं रखा. जैसे आपने किसी को बोल दिया, उन्होंने कर दिया, उन्होंने इधर उधर रख दिया, है ना, और वो जगह साफ नहीं है, तो इट्स ऑफ नो यूज. क्या मतलब हुआ फिर. तो आई फील यहाँ पर तो चलो मेड्स है नहीं, वी डोंट हैव केयर गिवर्स, वी डोंट हैव मेड्स, तो हमें खुद करना पड़ता है. बट आई फील इंडिया में इवन इफ समवन हैज मेड, बच्चों का खाना और बच्चों का जो बर्तन है वो उन्हें खुद करने चाहिए, to make sure everything is properly clean.
All right. So your last question for today is your best baby product brand and why?
So I personally like so I'll start with diapers. For diapers, I like Huggies, because I find my daughter, she's very active. वो कभी लेट कर डायपर नहीं पहनती, वो ऐसे खड़ी रहती है and she just jump all over, और मैं खड़ी को डायपर पहनाती हूँ. तो I tried दूसरे ब्रांड्स के भी, it's little hard for me to open and just strap it. I find Huggies थोड़ा comparatively easy है कि I just hold it from ahead and then I pull it, और उसके बाद जैसे वो खड़ी है ना, मैं पुल करके एकदम ऐसे एक साइड से करती हूँ और ऐसे ही पकड़ के दूसरी साइड से करती हूँ. आई फाइंड हगीज का जो ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजर है वो मेरे लिए इजी है. तो फॉर डायपर्स आई लाइक हगीज, एंड फॉर बेबी मॉइस्चराइजर्स एंड बॉडी वॉशेस आई लाइक Aveeno, just because it's recommended by dermatologists. तो और इसमें बहुत इसका माइल्ड है, जैसे इन द सेंस मैंने बाकी ब्रांड्स भी यूज किए हैं, वो मुझे थोड़े थिकन ऑन द स्किन लगते हैं. तो जैसा व्हेन आई पुट इट ऑन हर फीट ना, वो खड़ी होती है मेरी डॉटर, तो वो स्लिप करती है. इट्स वेरी रिस्की कि बच्चा, जब तक बच्चा बैलेंस बना ले तो ठीक है, बट जब छोटा बच्चा होता है, लाइक व्हेन शी क्रॉल्स एंड स्टफ, इट्स नॉट एडवाइजेबल इतना ग्रीसी लगाओ कि बच्चा स्लिप करे. एंड आई फील Aveeno के माइल्ड प्रोडक्ट्स इन द सेंस कि हमारी कंट्री में बहुत ठंड पड़ती है, उस हिसाब से जैसे इसकी बहुत पतली ग्रीस वाली लेयर है ना, इट्स नॉट वेरी ग्रीसी, स्टिल वो बिल्कुल उसको नरिश करके रखती है, मॉइस्चराइज करके रखती है, उसकी बॉडी में कोई स्क्रैचिंग या कुछ नहीं होता. तो आई फाइंड Aveeno एज अ ग्रेट ब्रांड.
All right. So I think that's all from our side. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation and answering the
welcome.
So beautifully and sharing your motherhood experience with all of us. Thank you very much, Beula. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you too, Yutika. Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you.